Who else wants to talk now?
Can I say some things, Vasudevji? Can I? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, thank you for your share, Pinaki ji. What I'm going to add is just extension of that. Thank you, Vasudevji. Today only we finished the first chapter in a big group reading session, and the real aha moment there, which is from this book, is author talks about the process, not about the goal. And he really nicely explained that how this cyclist or any Olympian or any say bodybuilder, when they attend any championship, everyone has that goal, to win that championship or gold medal, silver medal. But only one or two, whoever they come first and second, they win. So issue or this thing is not really around the goal setting. Definitely, goal setting gives you the direction. I like that statement, but actually the process which that particular team or that particular the champion he followed throughout his practice, say 3 or 4 years, like Hussein Bolt. So I really like that this thing that really stuck with me, that it is not the goal, but it's clearly the process. And I connect this thing to this particular topic or the process. How depend on the process. How if you make the process really key, then success is 100%. Is about the samurai technique. In it is from the art of war, basically. They do this kind of daily practices. So practice, perfect practice make the success. So they do the practice every day, but on the day of the war, if the samurai is surrounded by 10 warriors, okay, he do not have to think at all. Means there is no chance of thinking at all, because thinking also takes some point of time. Whereas there are 10 soldiers around him, enemy soldier around him, they can cut him in half, please. Okay, so that is the moment where he needs to be very very sharp, okay, very center at this thing. And how that things build in him, it is all his practices. So my take from this particular today first chapter is, yes, you need to focus on the practices, because when day comes, like day of exam, day of actual match, uh, it is actually a test of your what how practice you have done. So how much process you have done, or how much you have done, like Pinaki ji explained just the amount of views he got, say 10,000. So 10,000 or 9,500 or not his target. Means I'm observing him, it is a daily YouTube videos upload, and people having that quality content there. That's why people are there. So it is not just the process, just the doing, but the task which is happening throughout the year, that brings the result. So it is a live example. I try to practice through my meditation. It is exactly the same. But for me, the life is not linear. When life throws you the challenge, जो कुछ भी अपने बुक में रीड किया है, किससे सुना है, सब बाजू में रह जाता है. Only what you actually implemented in life, only that comes into fruitfulness or helps you to success. क्योंकि एग्जाम टाइम देने के टाइम में कोई आपके आजू बाजू में नहीं होता, you are alone there. And what you actually practice, what you actually studied, that only come into this thing. Like current scenario, if you see, Rohit Sharma is out as a captaincy. So yeah, up to last year, he was the top batsman. Everyone was praising him on the top of the world. He won the World Cup, but now if you see, he's out of the game total. So that is how the world behave, and what helps you there is basically these daily practices which you believe on. So I really love that book. Thank again Vasudev ji and Pinaki ji suggesting this type of books to us, because it helps a lot to focus on the really key what I need to focus on in my life. So thank you everyone for your time, but thank you suggestion for this book, Atomic Habit. Thank you. Hello, anyone else?
See, you can look back and Actually, this is something very amazing. Look back and figure out all those habits which you develop, which are of no use for you. Just figure out how you develop those habits. There are many habits that you already have. They are of actually practically no use. Some we often refer to them as bad habits. So I'm not saying that these are bad habits, because their habits are not good or bad. Habits are habits. Whether it is working in favor of you or not, that all matters. So habits are not bad or good. Habits are some actions which you take continuously in a way such that at some point of time it becomes your unconscious competent, like you are not even aware of it. And imagine that we receive 60 to 70,000 thoughts every day, and of them 95% are repetitive in nature. It's like they're the same thoughts which you thought yesterday, and all these thoughts are associated with some habit. Maybe collection of thoughts are associated with some habit, like brushing your teeth is a habit, eating food with spoon is a habit, eating food with fingers is a habit. Drinking water from a cup is a habit, drinking water from a glass is a habit, drinking water from a bowl is a habit. Everything is habit. So that means that throughout the day, 95% of the actions that you are taking are governed by 95% of your existing habits, and only 5% are new. And 5% new thoughts gives you an opportunity to create powerful habits that can make wonders for you, because those 5% new thoughts are the opportunity for you and me to create new habits. Listen to this conversation very carefully. Every day you have only 5% chance to create a new habit for yourself. Only 5% chance. Not even 5%, because 5% you are not using those 5% thoughts to create new habits. Maybe you will be using one or two of them, not all of them. And one thought among these 5% is about focusing on your goals, the activities that you need to do every day. So it's a very small fraction, out of 60 to 70,000 thoughts, we are talking about 4 to 5 thoughts. And these 4 to 5 thoughts are what matters to you. These are the thoughts that could help you to align with your life purpose. These are the thoughts, these 4 5 thoughts, which can help you develop a new habit at an atomic level. छोटा सा ही level है ना, atom उतना ही छोटा है. Atom is a very small part of a matter. So these 4 5 thoughts are extremely important out of the 60 to 70,000 thoughts that are coming to you every day. The question is, are you consciously aware of these 3 to 5 thoughts, these 4 to 5 thoughts that are the most important thoughts for you to create new habits? सारा रहस्य उसी में छुपा हुआ है, वही 4 5 थॉट्स के अंदर छुपा हुआ है. Those new thoughts which are coming to you, not those 95% thoughts. Because 95% thoughts का जो habits हैं, they are already governing you. You are not even aware of them, but you develop those habits over so many years. Think
Yeah.
in this.
Anyone can tell you anything that you observed. This is my habit that I observed as you are speaking about it. Are you aware of those kind of thoughts that, okay, this I was not aware is my habit. Now I realize this is my habit. Some of you might have moved from the screen of what you call Zoom into some other screen. Maybe someone is playing with the WhatsApp. Someone is looking at LinkedIn. Someone is looking at something else. Someone is looking at someone who is coming in front of you. Whatever. Anyone else done that?
I'll share one more interesting point after Vasu is done.
Yes, anyone can tell.
Okay, I'm talking about. Let us focus on our attention to social media apps. For example, WhatsApp हो गया, then Zoom मान लेते हैं, this Zoom chat, Zoom workplace. Now they call it Zoom workplace. Then say Facebook, then say Instagram. And I'm just giving you one thought, one seed of thought. See, all these platforms are available to us for free. YouTube ले लो, है ना? Gmail ले लो. They are all available to us for free. That means people who have developed them, they must be making money out of it still. Think about this. Actually, think about this. You are using WhatsApp. Mark Zuckerberg is making money. You are using Gmail. Larry Page is making money. You are using Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg is making money. You are using Instagram. Mark Zuckerberg is making money. You are using YouTube. Larry Page is making money. You are using X. Earlier it was Twitter. You know who is making money. The question is how much money you are making out of using them. Think about this. How much productive you are using these social media platforms. How much conscious you are to start with. That if I put this much of time, attention, and energy in using this app, what I'm getting out of it in terms of money. Nothing wrong with getting money out of it. Because somebody is making money out of it because you are using it. How much you are making out of it. Think about this. Even this can be an atomic habit for you. That using all social media apps to make money. If they are making money and I am using it for free, that means somehow I am helping them to making money. Why should not I make some money out of it? अगर मैं किसी को मदद कर रहा हूं पैसा कमाने में, अपना टाइम लगा के, अपना एफर्ट लगा के, अपना पैसा लगा के, अपना अटेंशन लगा के, why not I? Can't I use the same process the way they are making money to make money for myself using the same apps? We are talking about process in atomic habits. The process. How about discovering the process? Just discover it. That what, how come they are making money? Because I am using it. How can I transfer a small
अरे
of that energy exchange towards me, towards my bank account? It's all energy exchange happening. You can think in this term. This could be a new way of looking at this new year. That how can I make money from social media? LinkedIn. Think about LinkedIn. You are using LinkedIn. As long you are using LinkedIn for free, still somebody is making money. Imagine the kind of infrastructure they need to run LinkedIn. So many people are working there. So many servers are being installed. So many security arrangements have been there so that your data is not leaked. Your data is protected. And you are still using it for free. How about discovering how they are making money? And why not I? मेरा ही एफर्ट से वो पैसा कमा रहा है ना, तो मेरे एफर्ट से मैं क्यों ना पैसा कमाऊं? चलो, I would like to invite all of you to join my NLP in action workshop. मैं बहुत strongly recommend करूंगा, not because I am conducting that workshop, or I will be making money out of it. It's an opportunity for you to discover what you can do. Anyway, this is not a platform to promote my programs. However, think in those terms, make your new year happy and amazing. Won't you be happy if you discover, oh my God, I can use the same effort to make money for myself also? Isn't it amazing? If you listen to Joe Dispenza videos, he talks about only one thing. One thing. He always talks about only one thing. It's not the words that you speak, but the feelings that makes all the difference. It's not the words that you hear, but the feelings that make all the difference. So the same word, when you speak, you feel certain way. When somebody else speaks about it, you feel certain way. What matters is how you're feeling about it. That's why for subconscious, it really doesn't matter whether you're telling the truth or the telling a lie. Whether you're faking it or making it. For subconscious, what all matters is the feelings that you have at that point of time. If you notice carefully, all the habits that you have developed till date are result of your feelings about that habit. There was no judgment involved. कि ऐसा करना सही है या नहीं है. You felt, yeah, it's nothing like smoking a cigarette. You started with one smoke, two smoke को क्या बोलते हैं? एक सिगरेट पांच स्टूडेंट मिलके पी रहे हैं. And from there it converts into 20 cigarettes a day. It happened with me. And then I was in a balcony in somebody's office. I was smoking a cigarette with that guy, and I just turned back and saw there's a poster in that balcony, and the poster has a picture of cigarette, and there's a beautiful message below it. It said that what is a cigarette? It's a definition of a cigarette. It said it's tobacco rolled in a piece of paper with fire at one end and an idiot at the other. The moment I read that, I experienced that I am that idiot. And that was the last cigarette I smoked about 17 years ago. अभी शायद और भी ज़्यादा हो गया. I think it was somewhere in 2023, 24. I didn't have any withdrawal symptoms, nothing. I was the same person who was smoking 20 cigarettes a day. So it's not the thought. The thought was there every time I used to smoke. People used to say, cigarette pina buri baat hai, statutory warning, everything is there on the cigarette packs. But still, I didn't feel like leaving it. I didn't feel like quitting smoking. But one message, one feeling was good enough. So that's what Joe Dispenza says. It's your feelings. वो जो गोल की हम बात कर रहे हैं, उस गोल अचीव करने का जो फीलिंग है ना, वो फीलिंग जब तक नहीं आएगा तब तक आप अपने लिए समय निकाल ही नहीं पाओगे. Forget about taking action. For many of us, that one goal that we love to accomplish every day is just obey boss. JOB. So boss decides when I'm supposed to get up in the morning, when I'm supposed to brush my teeth, when I'm supposed to take shower, when I'm supposed to have my breakfast, when I'm supposed to start my car, when I'm supposed to reach my office, when I'm supposed to park, where I'm supposed to park my car. What I'm supposed to do once I'm inside those four walls, inside my little cubicle, till 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the evening. My boss decides when I'm supposed to leave the office. My boss decides how I'm supposed to leave the office. My boss decides whether I will be in the traffic or not. And once I come back, then I decide enough of job. Now let me relax. है ना? So be careful. It's your what your feelings, which feelings are driving you.
Yeah, Pinaki, sorry to interrupt. Can I interrupt?
या why not? कोई बात ही नहीं
Yeah.
कर रहा तो मैं ही बात कर रहा हूँ.
नहीं 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 मुझे एक डाउट था कि लाइक आई अंडरस्टैंड एज इन माय मेमोरी लेन आई कैन द whatever the habits which develop we have a strong feeling and because of that feeling we are consistent with that habit but कुछ चीजें ऐसी लग रही है कि there is something called as a feel good factor when you're listening when you are seeing somebody walking you get that feel good factor but sometimes there is something called as a willpower or commitment which which will pull you like तो कहीं बस से feel good factor से भी काम नहीं चलता है your commitment matters a lot your willpower matters a lot so that um, and definitely the bouncing back ability so how to sometimes overrule our feelings because and that requires a lot of commitment it requires strong willpower but still sometimes you become victim I think victim is a strong word I'm putting it sometimes you become a victim of that circumstances and then you simply surrender like because my definition of success is it includes failure so it is not a consistent pathway sometimes you get life challenges you fall and again you bounce back so that consistency breaks but yeah at the end yeah I got an answer but at the end like how your feeling will again pull you back towards getting that habit right.
Yeah, like it's like the message that you shared right now, the action that you took to share this message, what prompted you to do that?
Because
Just
sometimes the
discover that
life
feeling.
is not a straight line so more than feeling sometimes our bouncing back ability or our attitude of never giving up could help us to
Even that is also a feeling, Somita.
Hmm. Hmm.
Everything
Hmm.
is feeling. See, everything is
Hmm.
energy. And what is energy?
Hmm.
Energy is the feeling that you have at that point of time. For example,
Yes.
every word that you and I use in our conversation, they have their own frequencies. So, for
Yes.
example, somebody says that there's a problem, and you are asking that, yeah, I see. So, what's the challenge? What is the opportunity for us now? So, immediately that problem vanishes. We are
Hmm.
talking about the same thing, the same situation, same event. Somebody said, it's a bad day for me. You can say, yeah, it sometimes happens. Things are not that good for every day. It could be a not so good day for you, but there must have something good was there, right? At least you are alive. Are you on medication? No. Can you walk? Yes. Can you drink? Yes. Did you have your food today? Yes. So there is nothing bad about anything. It's all about not so good. What's not so good? What is that one thing which was not so good for you? Now imagine the same conversation, same situation. It just turned from bad to good. Somebody says, I'm very sad today. Yeah, I see that you are not showing that happy today. So what is that which snatched away your happiness? So the whole conversation shifted to happiness now. तो हैप्पी वाला फीलिंग आ गया ना, सैड वाला फीलिंग रिप्लेस हो गया. Somebody is saying it's very difficult to do this. You say, yeah, I know it's not so easy, but for some people it's easy. You know why? How can they make it easy for themselves? Ask the same person. अरे वो practice करते होंगे. Now the whole thing started moving towards the easy zone. Again, it's a game of feeling. क्योंकि आप easy feel हो रहा है, तो तुमसे क्यों नहीं हो रहा? क्योंकि मैं प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर रहा हूँ. करो प्रैक्टिस.
And my one more question is like those who are like applying atomic habits, and like as Vasu said that 6 p.m. is an allotted time for him to practice the German language.
Mm,
So how one can and I have those who are successful people, I've seen that if you have a dedicated time slot for particular thing, that also helps you to give that momentum. But
mm,
in my case, I am not able to structured in the thing. Like suppose if I have a 5 to 6 1 hour for reading, and if the
mm,
book interests me a lot, and if the 6 p.m., suppose if I had a walking for or dedicated time to learn a new skill, I
mm,
will just do 5 to 7 reading, like और फिर वो जो new skill आपने develop करी है वो automatically चली जाती है, side हो जाती है.
mm,
So
mm,
how one can be very have that clarity and time bound structured routine, so that the things happen in not a zigzag way. Like I'm in that process of creating a habit where you have a strong dedicated time slots for doing certain things,
mm,
because you cannot go emotionally and do the things कि 4 घंटे लगा दिए. तो is it something important, like that's what I think I'm lagging behind in that case. I'm not able to consistently put that much of thing holistically, because अगर book पढ़ी है तो 4 दिन में पूरे जब तक वो book खत्म नहीं होती, that interest is so too much into that I finish that book. And then
mm,
other things which I committed to come on the social media, there's a huge long gap in that. But
mm,
those people who have dedicated time slots, they do it beautifully, and holistic success देखी है मैंने, because
mm,
at the end of the day your holistic development is important. ऐसा नहीं कि आप 4 दिन खाना नहीं खा रहे हो या सांस नहीं ले रहे हो, because it impacts, everything impacts. And
absolutely.
the another clarity which that was a big thing which came in 2024. Like I was thinking that my physical health is 9 out of 10 and I have no disease at this age and stage of life, and I'm doing my to-do list of yoga every day, walking every day, and I'm having a very good feel factor. But this then suddenly there was a drop in energy level, and then I thought that ki 80/20 ka rule nahi apply ho raha hai. No matter 20% I'm consistent with my exercises and whatever the thing, but the 80% is the food. Like though I'm very conscious also while eating food and doing the things, but right kind of food nahi aa raha tha jisse I can shoot up my energy levels. So there is lot of learnings, reflections going कि clarity कितनी important है, where we are
Mm.
doing the mistakes, and why that consistency is not happening. So and, so holistic growth is what I feel important. अदरवाइज
Okay.
गाड़ी का एक पहिया भी अगर आप एक हैबिट पे इतने फोकस्ड हो, लेकिन गाड़ी के चारों पहिए बहुत जरूरी है टू help you in doing consistency or reaching towards the goal. uh, is important, like what I was reflecting. Yeah.
Absolutely. See, Sumita, whatever you are saying, that is the default way of living life. That's the default way of living life. Now, if you want to make the difference, as I was sharing about that 4 to 5 thoughts which are important for you, out of those 5% thoughts, which are the new thoughts which are coming to you. Uh, See, you are a student of neuroscience, so let me share something very interesting with you. This will you can find the connection. Any new habit that you want to develop, any new habit that you want to develop, do that activity when your brain is at alpha state.
True.
अल्फा मीन्स है ना,
Yeah.
अल्फा स्टेट
Yeah.
है,
Yeah.
जब आप सोने जा रहे हो या जब आप नींद से उठ रहे हो.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You allocate your last minutes or the first minutes of the day or the last minutes of the day for that new habit, to develop that new habit. Even if you allocate 2 minutes, it's fantastic. It will start from 2 minutes, but eventually it will become 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. And once it becomes 10 minutes, then you can use that 10 minute any time of the day, because now your subconscious knows this is important for me, so I have to do it.
True.
It's as simple as that.
Hmm.
क्योंकि
So
when you are getting
sometimes
up in the
that
morning,
is a
when you,
flexibility in behavior you're talking about, because if you,
yeah,
even if you have a set routine,
yeah,
but creating a new habit required that alpha state to create it, then
yeah,
automatically, yeah.
yeah, yeah. That is the, these two are the best times, because these are the times when your thoughts will start coming or thoughts will stop going, to start going out.
Mhm.
या तो you are at the beginning of the 60 to 70,000 thoughts, or you are at the end of it. So these two are the best times to develop any new habit. Any new habit.
Wow, true, 100%. Wonderful tip, yeah. Because I used to set an intention also as soon as I wake up. Okay, today I have to do
Hmm.
to develop, put that.
That is also coming from your past. That is also
Mm,
part of those 95% thoughts.
mm,
उसको
correct.
छोड़ दो. सुबह का टाइम अपने लिए इसलिए रखो कि you just want to think fresh, start fresh. It's like standing in front of the mirror and telling myself, I am the creator of my destiny. I am the writer of my destiny. I am the architect of my destiny.
Mm,
And the rest of my life is the best of my life. How about starting your day with these two kind of thoughts?
beautiful, super powerful. Yeah.
Like they're not affirmations, they're commandments. You are actually
Yes.
giving your subconscious a command.
Mm,
I am the architect of my destiny. The rest of my life is the best of my life. So live your day with this thought.
correct.
You know?
Thank you.
So,
Thank
so
you,
this
sir.
is beyond affirmations.
Yeah.
You're actually giving commands to your subconscious. You can say the same thing while you are going to bed.
Yes.
You know? Then success is something which could be a daily habit also. Like for me, success is about uplifting people. So if I can uplift one person today, if I can elevate one person today, I feel I am successful. Like if I could elevate Sumita tonight, I am successful. I have achieved my success for the day, because the only time that I have is from right now till I go to bed tonight. I really do not know whether I'm going to get up tomorrow morning or not. Or even if I get up tomorrow morning, I really do not know whether at what state or what shape I will be. Because once I reach that delta state of my sleep, I am completely out of my control. It's all in the control of my subconscious. And subconscious is the idiot part of the brain. It doesn't understand anything. उसको जो करने को बोलते हो वो वही करता है. So it is your subconscious who is supposed to get you up tomorrow morning. If your subconscious fails, you are gone. So the only time you have is from right now till you go to bed tonight. Now make sure you pay your attention to all those thoughts that matters to you. Those 60 to 70,000 thoughts will come. 95% of them will be repetitive, but you can reduce the numbers by paying attention to those thoughts which are more important for you, which are aligned with your life purpose. You need to identify what is your life purpose in that case. Okay? मैं इस धरती में आई हूं तो किस लिए आई हूं, मेरा काम क्या है. It's not about reducing calories, it's taking calories and burn them. Otherwise क्या होगा, सारा attention reducing calories पे चला जाएगा और कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. It will not lead you anywhere. Did you noticing the difference? One focus is on reducing calorie, the other focus is on, it's okay, take calorie and burn them. So what activities I am doing to burn calories? It's not important what activities I am doing to reduce calories. You cannot reduce calories. आप तो खाना आपको खाना ही पड़ेगा. What activities you are doing to burn your calories? That matters most. It's not about going to gym. I never went to any gym. आज तक मुझे जाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ा. But I still don't look like my age.
Yeah, Pinake, I will interrupt you. It's 9:10. So
Yeah, yeah.
there are
So,
feedbacks
yeah. So
that
let us
it's
summarize.
going
Let us
beyond
summarize.
time. So
So
uh,
summary point is, summary is कि atomic habits को एकदम atomic level से शुरू कर दो.
So what I will just add, just 5 minutes, we will continue. 9:15 we will break. If anyone has any urgent work, they can leave. We are not going to discuss something that you will feel you have missed out, and the recording will be shared, whatever we are getting recorded now. So anyone is not leaving, then they are ready to wait till 9:15. Okay, I will give 5 seconds of time for people to take action if they want to leave for the next 5 minutes. Okay. So who are there? I assume everyone wants to continue. Great. Okay. No changes. Great. So we don't get afraid of we listening to so many numbers like 65,000, 70,000 thoughts. You don't know whether they are coming or not coming. People say, I don't think so, but it's my own personal feeling. What Atomic Habit says is focus on small things, not very big things. So I want every one of you to tell one item that you want to start doing and you will start doing to get into the action mode of the atomic habits. And second part, what Somita was asking for the question that I get overwhelmed, I get carried away, and I start continue reading the book that I am reading. That's it's fine because that's what atomic habit also tells that you get into 1% improvement, and then the book carries you to the next step. So you just ensure you don't miss out. Instead of walking say 5,000 steps, walk 1,000 steps on that day so that your mind knows that मेरे को ये छोड़ने वाला नहीं है, मेरे को चलना है तो चलना ही है, चाहे 5,000 चलो चाहे 1,000 चलो. Okay, so we will start with Lina. He has come first into the session today.
Hi, Vasu.
Hi.
As of now, I'm just planning to walk. I mean, with my hair support stick. I will continue walking with that. Wherever there is a possibility to skip the wheelchair, I will try to skip it and then balance properly and focus on each step and try to continue walking. Thank you.
Wonderful. Lina has gone through multiple operations, so that's the situation she is in. Okay, so next Gauri Shankar.
Hey, Vasu. Yeah, there are many things, but to start with, two thing is walking and then reading. I wanted to continue that one. Uh, just a question to you on the reading part. Uh, like how do you make a notes of it, or because it's a lengthy book, right? We read and uh, just do you create a mind map or make a note of some important points, or after the book you read some summary, or just if you can share some tips, right? How do you keep that knowledge? Uh, that will
Yeah,
help.
the best way of learning and keeping knowledge is to teach others. So you have seen me. Whenever I read, I put whatever I feel interesting, I start putting it in our WhatsApp group. Then sometimes I make questions out of it. So that also becomes one way. But the first reading is mostly on the speed reading. Like many of the books I complete within a week's time to read it. And in the second, I know where what is interesting. Maybe I mark it. If it is a hard copy, I underline those pages. And if it is a soft copy, I mark that by coloring that. And once I come back, I do the second reading. At that time, I do the mind map out of it. So mind map or I make a presentation out of it. So that's how I do it. And every book doesn't go in that manner. Say now I am studying for my EPBM. I can't do a first reading and then come back for the second reading. Together I have to make the notes and together I have to go through the questions. So I first read the book and at the end of the chapter, if there are questions, I start answering those questions and somewhere I feel that I don't know much about it, then it goes for a second reading and writing the notes. So based on the book, it makes a difference. And at the end of the chapter, if you can ask three questions that what is the one thing that I want to learn and say from this one whole chapter, what are the things? Sometimes you may feel One is not sufficient. It is more than one that I have learned from this. So you write it down. At the end of the chapter, that is also one way you write down. You ask three questions. What is that I learned from this? What I want to do from this? And before reading this, what was different? And after reading it, what is that is different from earlier? What is the change that happened in this 10 pages, 20 pages inside me?
Thank you so much, Vasu.
Okay, right. Two people left even after saying so many things. Anyway, I am noting down their names, then they will have the separate session. Yes, who is next? Pinaki is coming in the next. Yes, Pinaki.
See, there are many things lined up. One thing is that actually now I'm doing counting that how many people I'm uplifting every day. So that number should not be less than 5. So that's what I'm focusing on.
Wonderful. That's great. Yes, Somita is next in the line.
Yes, I mean, getting into that social platform, what Pinaki said, I mean, so I have to break my natural routine pattern, which I was so rigid about my structured routine that I have to do this, 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 this. But now in a alpha state, I will focus on creating a new habit by posting on the social media regularly. So I need all of your support in pushing right. So this is my very much needed, and as Pinaki said, as I have my own community, so I will. Actually, I'm not approaching, but people are approaching. So that contentment is a wonderful that leaves me in a very high emotional state. So this I also wanted to uplift people, and that is my core purpose of my life. So I'm also into that purpose.
Okay, so what is regularly? Like Pinaki has asked the question that I
Yes,
too wanted to ask.
yes.
What
I mean,
if mean
regularly, I wanted to post. I wanted
regularly
to.
is what? Once every hour?
No, 3 days in a week is consistently. I wanted to put 3 days in a
Oh,
week to start and be comfortable it, and then later all the 7 days. Yes,
okay. So you start looking at it that make it into the smallest part. Say that I will spend 20 minutes in writing my article or making
script.
my
Yeah.
video, whatever,
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
maybe 5 minutes to begin with. You write only 3 lines in the beginning to make it
Right.
a habit. Say someday you
Okay.
don't get anything to write, then
Mm-hmm.
whatever you wrote yesterday, try to add some story to
Mm-hmm.
that, like Arya 1 to Arya 2 or Bahubali 1 to Bahubali 2.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So your mind knows that you don't miss out on that series. That series should go. Serial चलता रहना चाहिए. कुछ नहीं हुआ तो भी चलेगा. Like someone said that you go back to the universe and come back, but even if then you come and go to the start seeing the serial, you will not miss anything. So that should be the way. Even if you don't have anything to write, still write something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. It was a very
Yes.
eye opener for me to focusing on that alpha state and creating a new habit and being consistent with it. So now I have no other excuses to tell it to myself or stories to tell to myself. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, Sakina. Sakina is let her unmute. By the time we will listen to Milind.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, my atomic habit or what I want to build in this year is around yoga, 30 minutes yoga on top of I do 10,000 walks a day. So I do pranayam, but now I want to add this 30 minutes of yoga. And I recently finished, not finished, it is just a beginning. I done the NLP action course with Pinaki. So my from that course, actually, at least uplift one person a day, not five. Whichever I talk to, whichever member I talk to, from family, friends, or anyone, at least I will uplift that person in front. So that is something which I'm planning this year. But yoga and dieting is a 100% one, which I want to apply the ideas from this book. And thanks for all your suggestion. Those are really helped. Vasudev, last time I was really amazed when you suggest when I asked you the question like how you finish 7 or 8 books in this thing, and you gave the simple answer. But that was actually very this thing I shared with my wife as well. You answered that school में तो हम लोग करते थे ना 7 or 8 subject, so why not now? That statement such struck me. Yes, in engineering also we used to study 14 and 16 books at a time. Then why not this many? So yeah, definitely I will come there one point of time. But yeah, that is, and yeah, because of this book I started my reading habit. So thank you everyone. Thank you.
Okay, next in line is Komal Iyer. Sakina, you are there? Komal? Okay. Then there is someone with the name as iPhone.
Sorry, that's me. I don't know what has happened to my Zoom link. It's not taking my name. It's me, Sunita.
Yes.
So for me, I have not been consistent, and that is what I want to pursue or make, follow through is my yoga and my physical exercise. Like I'm on vacationing this, for the last few days, and I've stopped with that activity of my yoga and my walks. And my LinkedIn, so my social media updates. So I recently made a practice of sharing something on LinkedIn. But if I am vacationing or if I have too much of work, so I put it on a back bench. So these are the two things that I want to work on and be consistent and use the learnings from atomic habits to work on that.
Wonderful. Yeah. Only thing that you can remember is that when you're on a vacation and once you come back, it may be a slower bit. It's just that if you are forced, you would have done it. So how will you force yourself to do it? That's how you have to identify yourself because अपनी साइकिल अपनी को ही चलाना है. बाकी
Right.
पैडल ऐसे दबाओ ब्रेक ऐसे चलाओ ये तो सब कोई बोल सकता है.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
cycle you have to drive yourself.
Yeah.
हाँ
And the
पल्लवी
thing
जी.
is that I make
Yeah. So,
excuses that I'm busy.
yes.
So, this is something that can stay back or hold back.
Yes. Once you see it from the other perspective, you feel it's a excuse. And when you see it from your own perspective, it's a valid reason. So see it from others' perspective. Pinaki will say use the system of be the fly on the wall from the NLP. So you can do that. Or be your parent or husband or whoever is getting serious on you for something not doing right. Like my mother used to say early in the morning when we did not get up and sometimes after wearing my uniform, etc. We were brought up in a home where the what we then used to call as a latrine. Uh, Nowadays we call it as a restroom, rest something. So that was about 200 meters away from our home. So we had to walk there. And after wearing the uniform, if we had to go there, it is a bit of very inconvenient to do that. And then we are getting late to the school. Due to me, my sisters will get late to the school. All those things used to happen. So my mother used to say, "Utho or jaake baitho." So that became a habit now. It was a forced habit, and now it's a regular habit, and it's a very healthy habit to have. And that's how many things. So I have realized that someone instructs me, then I do it. Maybe because of that parental guidance that I was brought up. So even when Google's lady tells me that go, it's time to study German, I do study that because someone is telling me to do it. It's my way of looking at things. I just shared because it may help someone. Right. Okay. And the next is Pallavi.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. And I joined a bit late, but yeah, but my the habit which I want to take is very simple. Nothing like anyone else has said. Just two, three things that I want to be consistent कि जो मैं करूँ, I want to take the responsibility and I've started working upon them. Although आपके जो Friday guest selection है उसमें I didn't volunteer to take a responsibility because most probably I'm not available on that day. Otherwise, I have joined few committees to take the responsibility and make myself improvement. And secondly, I have lastly seen because I am somewhat not happy with my daughter's connection between us. तो मैं कई बार टैरेट कार्ड रीडिंग के लिए हैंड उसके लिए जा रही थी. नाउ आई हैव started developing that habit for myself. मैंने अमेजोन में आई हैव ordered the tarot card and I have looking YouTube videos and trying to get hold on that techniques hand reading tarot card for myself. So this is recently developed passion. मतलब either for looking for the guidance outside, I'm trying to make myself so much strong that I'm in a position to guide other rather than taking guidance from other. Thank you so much. So a community place this time this year 2000 is for me and my family. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. So you have to rework on what you said because it's already 9:30. I am not going to discuss more about this, but so how you are going to make this as a habit in the smallest piece way, you have to be more clear on what you have to do. So that's it for now today, 9:30. We can stop the session. And if anyone has to say anything within a minute, they can share that. I am stopping the recording.